right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to interrupt the meeting, the scheduled meeting and the presentation because of the emergency of the I-95 catastrophe, the fire and the collapse of I-95. And we have Director Bill McVey, who is here, is going to give us an update as to what's happening. So hopefully you can use that to your advantage in terms of traveling north and south. Director McVey, would you please come up here, be kind enough? Following his presentation, we're going to have our township engineer also, Phil Wursta. He's going to also give you his interpretation of where we are and what's happening. Director, please.
Good evening, Council President, Council members, Mayor, members in attendance. So the good news right now, as of 4 p.m. tonight, there's been no impact to Bensalem Township. We had our officers checking 95 continuously throughout the day. And monitoring the park and ride off of Station Ave, which we thought would be impacted immediately. The report I got, it was extremely light traffic there this afternoon. It's the first day, so I believe that is going to be one area of concern for us to monitor with the additional cars that we expect with the trains. Yesterday, everyone has seen on the news the catastrophe that occurred. Around 6 a.m. we were notified, just after 6. I was in touch with the mayor, I think, about 10 times yesterday regarding this. Initially, we were impacted slightly because they wanted people off at Woodhaven to divert that traffic to Route 1. Subsequently, there was a water main break and gas leak on Route 1 at Southampton, so that had to be diverted a little bit more. But throughout the night and throughout the day, today, they were able to get back to Cotman Ave, opened up. So really has had no impact on Bensalem, which we're very thankful for. We've been in touch with the Philadelphia leadership and the Office of Emergency Management. Offered our assistance if needed, but nothing has been needed. And so far, we are lucky that it's not impacting our residents or our township. And anything I receive, I'll obviously let the mayor know. And we did post yesterday on our social media sites to get messaging out to the residents, the alternate route, so they could at least know where to travel and what to do if they're coming or going to Bensalem.
So we have the emergency sites for people to look up. Is that what you're saying? Is that correct?
Yeah, so on our sites, on social media, the mayor's office and the police department, we posted the alternate routes that Philly police were advising. And then you can also go on PennDOT site or Channel 6, any of the news networks have the latest advisories. Southbound is Cotman Ave exit, northbound is Betsy Ross Aramingo Ave. And it's a quick diversion. Once you get off, you're on the side streets for a few minutes and it gets you right back on 95. But they are requesting you to travel through New Jersey if possible or down Route 1 just to avoid 95 at this time.
It was a huge impact, and we appreciate you communicating with everyone.
You're welcome. I mean, they are estimating this to be months. What that means, I was told 6 months originally, then a little less now, but I think we don't know that yet. So hopefully it stays the way it is and people are taking the train or alternate routes and it doesn't impact us.
Okay. Thank you, Director.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And Phil Wursta, our Township Engineer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Likewise, as Mr. Director McVey pointed out, we've been monitoring the situation as well with regard to the traffic issues associated with the impacts to Bensalem, and are pleased to report there are similarly very light impact with regard to the traffic issues. We've been looking at all the traffic signals because they are adaptive traffic signals that are made to change traffic signal timing based upon the volume. So if we see an uptick in volume, those signals will change automatically and will communicate to all the other traffic signals in the line. So if it's street, road, or most of the other corridors in the township, we have those signals operating that way. So we can monitor them at any time to see what's happening with the traffic volume and how the lights are working. We're pleased to report that everything is working very well. We've also been monitoring the Route 13 and Woodhaven exit as far as those traffic signals. Still no issues associated with that. The Cornwell's Park and Ride, as Director McVey pointed out. Also, we also often see an uptick in traffic when there's an incident on 95 on Bristol Pike and State Road. And we've yet to see any great concerns associated with that are out of the ordinary or just not much more than regular heavy volume. We've coordinated with PennDOT and their traffic unit associated with any support that we can get from them and we could give to them. And we've also coordinated with SEPTA, who has responded back to us on behalf to Bensalem that they appreciate the offer, and if they need anything, they won't hesitate to reach out to ask. But they seem very prepared as well. We've also reached out to the Bucks County TMA Bucks, and they are also monitoring the situation. Their website is tmabucks.com, and they have information as well on there. And as you know, we have a close relationship with the TMA, and they are similarly monitoring things and letting the public know what's going on with those road closures and so forth. As Mr. McVey pointed out, Director McVey, sorry, Bill, they pointed out that it's going to be at least 4 to 6 months. However, they're still coming up with a design. So we really don't know how long or what that's going to take, but they have to immediately figure out a design on what to do to stabilize each section and add a new section on top of that. And it seems to me that most of that will probably be a temporary basis, so they could shore the thing up for, if you remember what happened with the fire under 95 a few years ago, they had some temporary construction done to make it work, and then they came back and did a permanent fix after that. So I think PennDOT's in great shape with regard to what they need to get done to make this thing go away as soon as possible.
Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so there's an update, and we're on, obviously, the mayor and the administration, the police department, our engineering department, on top of this in terms of making sure we're aware and making the residents of Bensalem aware of what's happening, because even though it's not in our township, it certainly affects everyone, trying to transcend from here to the different county of Philadelphia.